Alright, so what I'm testing today is the Wolfgang Deep Gloss Spritz Sealant. This is the 4-ounce sample size. I got this in one of my recent orders. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a basic overview of the product here and put it through the water test. So I decided to pair it up against the CarPro Reload Spray Sealant. I just wanted to showcase the differences in the water behavior. I have the Deep Gloss Spritz Sealant on the right side fender and the right side hood facing the car here. And on the left side I have the CarPro Reload Spray Sealant. And as usual, all the previous products were removed using Meguiar's M205 finishing polish. And I followed that up with an IPA wipe down. And both of the products have been curing for 24 hours on the paint. And to clarify what I mean by curing is the amount of time that it takes for the products to achieve their maximum bond to the paint. And a lot of these cure periods differ between products. So what I like to do is I like to give each product a 24-hour cure period before I begin to introduce elements and especially water to the paint. And so with Wolfgang Deep Gloss Spritz Sealant here, it has a polymer in there that requires that extra set time before you introduce water to it for it to get a full maximum bond to the clear coat to your paint. Now Wolfgang advertises a 12-hour cure period for this specific spray sealant. And so you really want to keep it in a dry area. You don't want to introduce moisture to the surface or it's going to drown out the polymer inside of the spray sealant. And they mentioned that if that happens, you're definitely going to see a decrease in the performance of the product itself. And CarPro Reload has a much different chemistry going on with it. As you can see, the water behavior is drastically different. And it also has a much shorter cure period as well. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of time before you really get that maximum bond out of the chemistry in the product itself. And I put Reload on a little bit heavier than usual here. I want to check the difference in the water behavior after we remove all the residual oils from the paint. One of the things beneficial about the Wolfgang Deep Gloss Spritz Sealant here is it really doesn't leave behind any of the residual oils compared to CarPro Reload. And so Wolfgang Spritz Sealant definitely wipes off very clean from the paint. It leaves a very nice smooth and slick surface as well. But I'll go ahead and get the soap out. We're going to do a quick short-term durability test and give it a once over with the soap and see how it turns out. Alright, once again with the Meguiar's Deep Crystal Car Wash Soap. It's been my unofficial testing soap. It's got no extra conditioners in there, nothing that should negatively affect the results of the test. But one of the things I'm noticing right away is it looks like Wolfgang Spritz Sealant has taken a bit of a hit in water behavior. The water behavior looks like it's slowed down. And so when they mention the things like polymer flooding, you know, what happens when you introduce water too soon, I mean, this is sort of what I'm thinking is going on when I'm performing this test right here. I've definitely tested it multiple times and I've been getting consistent results. And it's also been sitting in the garage for the entire cure period, so it might just be that this is the way that this product behaves as far as its own water behavior. It's definitely more of a sheeting based product, but the ease of use is definitely way up there on the list. As far as any sort of trace oils left behind, residual oils, this product has absolutely none of that going on that I can see in my test. And so if you're one of the guys that really wants a product that's going to give you a very clean wipe down, I think you're not going to be disappointed in the Wolfgang Spritz Sealant. And here on the CarPro Reload side, I wanted to showcase again the improvement in the water behavior after you remove the residual oils from the paint. So these are oils that you can see when you go over the paint with the microfiber towel after applying the product to the paint. And if you're using a light source, you'll be able to see those oils shift in the light through the microfiber towel. So these are basically opposite products, complete opposite products on the paint right here. You have the Wolfgang Spritz Sealant side over here that has, you know, much lower water behavior. It's more of a sheeting based product. And then you have the CarPro Reload that's a lot more aggressive in the way that it behaves with water. But it's a heavier spray sealant, so it's going to require a bit more effort to fully buff it clean from the paint, or it's going to require that extra wash. And in my test, the Wolfgang Spritz Sealant has had no troubles with that at all. It's been wiping off very clean. So two very different products that are going to satisfy two different preferences. And one of the things I'm not sure about is whether or not this sample size is the latest version of the Spritz Sealant that they have out. I know they've gone through a couple different changes, but when I find that out, I'll go ahead and leave a note in the description, or I'll have a note come up here on the video itself. So the Wolfgang Deep Gloss Spritz Sealant, it goes on very easy, comes off easy as well. It's easy to work into the paint. It's super slick. It looks great on the paint, but the water behavior is definitely not going to satisfy everyone out there. It's certainly got a lot of great reviews. If you go out and read a lot of the reviews, it's definitely highly rated. And it's priced at $27 when it's not on sale for the full 16 ounces. So again, this is a sample size. If you get the full 16 ounces, it's going to be $27. And you can also use it over glass, trim, or metal as well. It's not going to have any issues with that. So hopefully this is helpful for a lot of you guys. Definitely stick around. I'll have a lot more Wolfgang products coming up in the future. So stay tuned for that.